Hello and welcome back, my warrior frogs. Here on this channel, we refuse to be boiled slowly, and today is an exciting video. The sun keeps on going like in and out, so sorry about the lighting. Anyways, today I wanted to talk about physical media. I started to get back into it some time ago, and I really enjoyed the journey. So just here to share my experience, not saying that this is something that you should do as well, just in case you were curious. A little bit about me. I'm 38 years old, so I was here for the transition from physical to digital media, and I never really saw an issue with it until not too long ago when I was unsubscribing to all the streaming services and realized that I didn't really have any of my own stuff. And I started to slowly collect the things that I truly enjoyed. Like, in no way I am hoarding or promoting like hyper consumerism. Like, these are things that I genuinely rewatch over and over again, or I re-listen to often, and it has been a really fun journey for me. So when I was young, I actually never owned any CDs or DVDs or anything because I was poor. We My family and I, we didn't come from much, so majority of the income went to paying rent, staying alive, going to college, all that stuff. So all I had were the burned CDs that, my cousins and my friends would give me, that, LimeWire and all that stuff. But I never really owned like full albums or anything like that. So I didn't really feel like I was missing much when, the digital era came about. I never owned an iPod because that was too expensive for me. I had like a off-brand MP3 player, which worked just as well. So didn't really have any issues with it, but just so kind of like, so you can understand where I'm coming from. But despite all of this, there were like certain artists, certain albums that like remind me of a specific era of my life or time period of my life, and I really wanted to bring that back in. So I really started to enjoy just like, having a particular album and listening to it all day long. Now that I'm moving and I'm packing up this apartment, I got this old school looking CD and even a cassette tape player. It's like two in one, and you're like, why do you need cassette tapes? That's because, for those of you who didn't know, I am of Indian origin, so I like the 90s, early 2000s, like Bollywood music. And a lot of that I think I couldn't find in CDs. Like, I had to get cassette tapes, which were like much cheaper anyways. So it was nice. It felt like I took a time capsule and went back in time. Another thing that I've been really starting to love about owning my own media is the artwork that comes with like every album. And I never really thought I would enjoy it much, but I genuinely like feel like I have some inspiration around me because of the artwork from the CDs. And the DVDs are just for my personal entertainment because I don't have streaming services anymore, so I get bored, and I just like having those certain shows or films that I watched over and over again, and that I could also watch with my nieces and nephews, and even thinking about having like a movie night, and having some people over. So just like trying to get back into those things. I don't know. I remember as a little girl, I used to walk over to Blockbuster with my father to pick out the movie. Like, I don't know. It's just something very nostalgic for me. And I think options should always be there, right? Whether you want to be fully digital or fully analog or somewhere in between like me, I think the options should be available. My problem with the industry is that over time, everything became digital, and we owned less and less of things. Like, I love the shows that Apple TV has, like the production value is amazing. And now that they have rights to the Cosmere from Brandon Sanderson, I'm like, they're going to do it justice. They're going to make something amazing. But my problem is none of those shows are available on DVD. Like you have to be subscribed to Apple for the rest of your life in order to like consume it over and over again. So I didn't like that. And another thing that inspired me to kind of just start buying my own media that I really enjoyed is because it's not just the artist that you're supporting, it's like a whole ensemble of people that are supporting that artist, right? So you have just so many people who had to like lose their jobs because the industry's almost like collapsed very quickly. So I don't know, I am starting to enjoy it, and I think a lot more artists are starting to come out with CDs now. I think for a time period, it was just all digital and you could just buy, you know, everything on streaming, or there was not much physical media. I don't have a record player, so like I didn't have that avenue, but I just wanted to, I love the CDs. I just wanted to stick to the CDs. And a lot of artists weren't coming out with them, but now I think slowly they're starting to come out with it, and I just love it. I mean, there were whole album covers that kind of just represent how I was feeling during that time of my life. You know, a lot of the pop culture was developed over like a particular music video, or you know, the vibe of the album at that time. Now things have shifted, and now a lot of the, you know, cultural moments happen on like TikTok or something like that. But I don't know. For me, it was different. I'm even starting to look into the magazines. Unfortunately, a lot of magazines are like out of print, other than like the main stuff. But there were magazines like the 17, or I don't know, like girls' magazines that, again, they just like disappeared, and the amount of jobs that were like lost to that, I just cannot even imagine. Um, I have a DVD player, which wasn't that expensive. I'll post all the links that I can in the description. You don't have to use them, obviously, like try to find elsewhere. But I also got that. And in addition to that, I got a portable DVD player so I can give it to my nephew when he wants to watch a show. And I'm just going to get a bunch of Bluey DVDs, and it'll be great. I think like a couple of seasons of Bluey will keep him busy. And I can control like whenever he gets to have his like screen time, and this way I don't have to worry about him ending up on some random corner of the internet doing random things. So it's stressful, and I can't even imagine what it must be like for like the actual parents, because although you control like your environment, you can't control other parents and like how they raise their children, and then when your kid is playing with them, like, anyways, whatever. I also bought like straight up shows that I know I would watch on repeat, and I'll post a link to some of the shows. I know I have the whole West Wing, all the seasons. That was an investment, but I do love that show, and it reminds me of different times. Another show I would recommend, this is on HBO, but I was able to find this copy of it. It is one of my favorite shows of all time. It's called The Newsroom. Highly recommend. It's only 3 seasons. Done so well. Again, reminds you of a different time period, but it's one of the, I don't know, best shows that I think HBO has on there. So if you're interested, I would recommend this. And then I have a lot of the Studio Ghibli stuff because I just love it. And it feels so good to say that I own all of those things now, and I can just like watch it whenever I want. And in a way, like I am supporting an industry that kind of disappeared, and I want it back. So hopefully you enjoy this video. It's a little odd. My apartment's like really messy, so I can't film much. But I'll try to show you the, like the clips of the the player that I have, it looks great, and so far it's been working nice. Like I've been listening to all the music while I'm cleaning and packing and stuff like that, and it's a different feeling than using Spotify, and I like that feeling. I actually just got myself like an MP3 player so I can put all the music on there. I haven't opened it up, so I can't really share any of that with you. But so far, it has been good. I feel different. Like it's life off screen is a lot different, and I won't lie, like when I travel, I can't take all my stuff with me. So I did listen to Spotify, but that was just like a couple of days here and there, like on the flight or whatever. I had like downloaded a playlist. But now that I have the MP3 player, I'm gonna just try to curate my own music, and I won't have that issue anymore. But, anyways, let me know what you think. I know this was like a random video, but I love how the sun comes out when I'm done jibber jabbering. But let me know if you have gotten back into physical media, how your journey is going, and if you have any recommendations. I'd be happy to try it out. So thank you very much for being here, and until next time, I'll see you later. Goodbye for now.